Implementation overview. Evaluating a 1-minute common word reading intervention for improving reading fluency. How we help you to set up the evaluation. The first thing we ask you to do is identify a group of target learners. You'll then complete the pre-assessment task. Then the What Worked Teaches platform will then randomly allocate the learners into an intervention group and comparison group. The intervention group will use this for the duration of the trial. The comparison group will continue as normal. And then both groups will complete the post-assessment task, which is the same as the pre, again, and then the data, when it's entered into the platform, will generate an impact report to show you how the intervention has worked. If this has showed promise, then you can open this up to the comparison group. So let's look at this from a step-by-step planning approach. So step 1, identify a group of learners to participate in the evaluation from the same year group or class. Step 2, read through the teacher documentation guidance, select a stage-appropriate text, and then download the resources. Step 3, complete the pre-assessment test with all learners, record the marks in the Excel tracker located in the resource folder, and input this into the pre-test in the trial wizard. Step 4, using the trial wizard on the What Worked Teaches platform, randomly assign the learners to the intervention and the comparator group. Record this in your Excel tracker. For the intervention group of students, they will receive a daily targeted 1-to-1, 1-minute intervention with a teaching assistant. The control group will continue as business as usual for the duration of the trial. Step 6, complete the post-assessment test, which is the same as the pre, to both the intervention and control group. Record the marks in the Excel tracker located in the resource folder and input this into the post-test on the trial wizard. You'll then complete a short process evaluation, then click Analyze to generate the impact report for your school. So the intervention. It targets year 2, 3 or 4 pupils. The intervention is delivered by a teaching assistant in a 1-to-1 basis, and each session with each pupil will take approximately 1 to 1.5 minutes per pupil. So the 1-minute common word reading intervention for improving reading fluency. As a quick recap, so baseline, the children will read an extract, which is stage-related text. When completing the baseline, the students will have their own copy of the text, and the assessor will highlight any words that a child either struggles with or miscues. You then use this to identify children who need the intervention. So any child who scores less than 80 words per minute will be targeted. In the trial, these are randomly allocated to the intervention and comparator group. And during the intervention, the children will start reading the Year 1 Common Exception words and progressively work through each year group's Common Exception words until they become fluent. The children will be reassessed at the end of the trial. In the usual delivery in school, this is every half term. In the resource folder, you will find all the resources required for delivering this intervention. And you'll also find a track and spreadsheet that allows you to link an anonymized learner ID to a student in your group. So key considerations. Logistic issues need to be considered before using a targeted literacy strategy as an intervention. So is there a suitable time in the day for the delivery in the school? Is there a suitable location? Make sure you have the resources printed off ready. And then will you link this to any rewards? So logistical barriers are common in any intervention delivered in schools, so it's important to consider these prior to starting. Moving on to the assessment. So pupils complete a baseline oral reading assessment using stage-appropriate text to measure words per minute. Please record the score for each learner in the Excel tracker and input this into the What Worked Teaches platform. In the resource folder, you'll find a Word document with a link to where you can get these resources from if your school hasn't got them already. And then for the post-assessment, at the end of the trial, the same assessment is used to retest and measure the impact of the intervention. So again, please record the score for each learner in the Excel tracker and input this into the What Worked Teaches platform. And please complete the assessment under test conditions. It can be done by a teacher or teaching assistant. Make sure you have the assessment task printed, which is the same for the pre and the post. And then make sure you record the scores on your track and spreadsheet. So that is the end of your implementation guidance. The next thing to do is to download the research protocol, the resource folder, and then click your trial wizard to get started.